Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you're looking for a video about a meticulously planned, on-schedule Cyprus travel itinerary, well, you've come to the wrong place today. For a change, I will be the one telling you the story. That's because my dear wife was too busy enjoying herself today, so I will do the honors. We were supposed to be driving straight from Ayia Napa to Nicosia, but, life and my amazing wife had other plans. And did you know Cyprus is one of the only places in the world where you can comfortably swim in the sea, even in November? It was 25 degrees Celsius, gorgeous, and my wife had been reminding me about swimming in since we landed. Today, the universe was on her side. We're talking spontaneous, stop the car right now adventure. My mission today is to show you how we stumbled upon one of the most incredible, iconic beaches in the world. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll be booking your next flight for a slice of this Mediterranean magic. While driving out of Ayia Napa, along the lovely coastal roads, I saw a turnoff, and without really thinking, I just steered the car towards the coastline. And I was not wrong. Look at this place. We had accidentally landed at this little spot called Latchi Adams Beach. However, the beach had a golden brown, kind of deep yellow sand, not the soft white stuff, and honestly, the waves here were a bit too much. The tide was active, and my wife, the determined swimmer, was not going to brave those choppy waters. So what this really means is, the search continued. We walked along the beach, past this huge resort that was under renovation. My wife was trying to locate a swim spot, so we were walking along the beach and exploring. We kept moving around the corner, and then the water changed completely. This part looked more promising. It went from choppy to swimming pool clear. It was relatively warm, and it was like a massive natural infinity pool. She could definitely swim here, yet she was not completely satisfied.
I want a beach with lots of white sand and with a clear view of the sea. I also want a place to buy drinks and a sunbed to lie on.
I took a good look around me, and she was right. That was not the place. She checked the water once more, just in case that this was our only option. So, I pulled her along, and we continued walking further away from where we had parked the car. As we followed the path, everything opened up. As we kept walking along the coastline, the beach suddenly transformed from, "Hold up, what is that?" Further up the coastline, we saw a small island, an islet just sitting offshore like a tiny, green full stop on the shimmering blue sea. And right in front of us, facing the sea, was a tiny whitewashed chapel. It looked like something from a postcard someone would send just to make you jealous. It's called the Chapel of Apostolos Andreas. Small, simple, humble, and absolutely stunning against the turquoise backdrop. Inside, it was even more beautiful. The ceiling works, the paintings, and rich colors. Gold accents, the kind of art that looks ancient even when it's new. If I had to build a chapel, this is exactly how I would want it to be. And being here really made me want to build one. And now, I have saved the best for you. Because just next to this chapel, a few steps away, is everything my wife was looking for. So, follow me and let's take a walk there. This beach is known as Nissi Beach, and the little islet you saw earlier gives Nissi Beach its name. I swear, it felt like something straight out of travel magazine. You know when a place is so good it looks edited? This wasn't edited. This was real life doing its own Photoshop. Honestly, at first, I didn't even realize it was an island. I thought, oh nice, a rocky outcrop. And then, I noticed people walking towards it. Not swimming. Not paddling. Literally walking like Moses parting the sea, except with sunscreen and beach bags. My wife looks at me and goes,
Are they crossing? On foot? Go get the car and bring my swimsuit, because I also want to do that.
Have you ever had that one moment where you see strangers doing something questionable and immediately think, yep, I want in? Tell me in the comments, so I know it's not just us. Now, for those of you who don't know, Nissi Beach is legendary. It's located just 3 kilometers west of the center of Ayia Napa, and it's the jewel of the coastline. The beach itself stretches for about 500 meters of fine, golden white sand, and the water is so clean, it has that blue flag status, which is a big deal. But first, let's cross to Nissi Island, and I'll tell you more. My wife had already changed into her swimsuit and was already walking towards the island. So I followed. Why is it called Nissi Beach? The name Nissi is simply the Greek word for small island or islet. And the small island we are on right now is called Nissi Island. It sits in this perfectly formed sheltered bay, which is why the water is usually so calm, shallow, and unbelievably turquoise. It's basically a natural swimming pool that also happens to be a world-famous party zone in the summer. It's an islet, so it's not huge. Maybe a couple of 100 meters around its perimeter, but it's mostly rocky and covered in low-lying scrub. But the views. We hiked up to the highest point of the island, if we can even call it hiking. And from here, we had discovered a total piece of Ayia Napa paradise. This is why you need to add Nissi Beach to your list of Cyprus destinations. This place was so awesome that we were officially abandoning our Nicosia plans for a few hours. Have you ever completely derailed your travel plans for a single view? Let me know in the comments. This, my friends, is why you keep your itinerary flexible. We explored the whole little island, took a ridiculous amount of photos. I mean, you have to capture this, right? We lingered until the tide started to come back up. You could feel the water creeping higher on your legs as you walked back. It felt like a gentle nudge from the sea saying, "Okay, the show's over, time for a drink." The walk back was just as beautiful. The water was still clear, blue, and warm, just with a little more depth this time. Back on the main beach, we settled into our sunbeds. We had officially earned a lounge session. We came in November, and the weather was perfection. Less crowd, perfect temperatures. If you want the huge, legendary foam parties, go into peak summer. But for pure beauty and swimming, the shoulder seasons are your best bet for Cyprus weather. Well, there you have it. What started as a straight drive to Nicosia turned into an afternoon exploring the true jewel of the Cyprus coast and one of the world's most unique beaches. We came for the history, but we stayed for that unbelievable water. It's a great reminder that the best travel moments are often the ones you don't plan. Next week, we're back on track. Our original plan takes us to Nicosia, the last divided capital in the world.